Morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? Off to a great start this week. And today I want to talk about how to 3 to 10 times your coaching or consulting fees. And I want to share with you 4 shifts so that you can get paid like an expert and not a beginner. So, whether you're just new to your coaching and consulting business and you're coming with a lot of experience and expertise, skills, and knowledge, you can use these strategies. And if you've are already in your business and you're trying to scale that business, then you will be able to use these strategies as well. So I want to share with you how to stop getting paid like a beginner when you truly are not a beginner, even if you are, because I see a lot of experts get into the field of coaching and consulting and they kind of go down a lot of rabbit holes with groups and different programs where people are teaching them how to get very low end clients and how to charge low fees. And this is exactly why I can take people who are charging $125 an hour and now help them get $40,000 plus clients with a ton of cash up front, or somebody who's charging $1,700 or $1,800 and help them get $40,000 or $50,000 clients. And I want you to know that a lot of programs are really keeping people small in how they are teaching them to structure their coaching or consulting business. So when you're brand new, if you've got a lot of expertise and experience, I want you to know that you've got bigger opportunity to really get premium fees. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today. So first of all, if you are just joining me, say hi. I love to see who's with me. I love to chat with you guys. This is super important. It kind of energizes me. And so just say hi. Let me know what your business is and where you are from. So how can you get paid like an expert and not a beginner when you truly do have expertise, a lot of value, a lot of experience and knowledge that you can bring to your clients? Well, here are the 4 shifts. And I want you to know that this is my process. This is a process I take people through, whether they're brand new to coaching and consulting or professional services, or if they're trying to scale, because I work with people who are good at what they do. They have already experience and knowledge. In fact, I wrote a book about it. So I want you to know that this will apply to you if you're in an existing business. All right, so say hi. Love to chat with you and love to get to know you. All right, so the first thing is redesign your offers. So, how you are selling your offers right now might be keeping you very small in your business. And I see this over and over again because your offers might be, number one, transactional. So, this is where, let's say you're a consultant and you are doing projects, you're doing project work. Well, here's the thing, that is like on the scale of an employee. Okay. So, the amount of money that you're going to make on that is only going to be so much. You're being treated like an employee or an extra pair of hands in your clients' businesses, and this is not going to warrant big fees. So the first thing you want to think about is how can you raise the perceived value in your offers in what it is you are selling. And so I want you to think about 2 words here: transformational versus transactional. Transformational versus transactional. Transformational is where the real value is. So this is giving your clients some sort of a transformation, an outcome, a result, something that now they can see the value. It's like almost creating an offer that feels tangible, where the client can really see what they're buying. Now, again, you don't want to put yourself in the extra pair of hands category, right? You want to play at a higher level because you've got experience, expertise, and knowledge. So not only do you want to increase the perceived value, but you also want to increase the value or the perception of the value of you, so that you show up as the expert, as the authority, as a partner with them in their business versus them like a hired hand. So when you redesign your offers and how you are selling those, you will often be able to 3 to 10 times, even help people 20 times their fees. and you will get them. So it's all how you are packaging and pricing your offers. So redesign your offers. If you are, number one, do not charge by the hour. That is such a broken business model. And I could go on and on about why not to charge by the hour. But here's the thing, and I'm just going to share this with you. If you are charging by the hour, to me, there is nothing that screams employee more than that. And that isn't how you want to be seen in your clients' businesses. But the other thing is, it also causes a breakdown in the client coach or consultant relationship. And the reason I say that is because when you package your services in a way where you're developing and delivering a transformation or an outcome or a result, that is what they are buying. But when you are charging by the hour, all they're going to think about is how many hours is it taking you to get the job done, right? And so now everything becomes more of resistant and friction in that client coach or consultant relationship. And so this is not a good model in any way, shape, or form. So if you are doing that, stop. I think about one of my clients, Nancy, who was charging $125 an hour. And Nancy had like 40 years of this massive experience and expertise. And yet she was putting herself in like this bucket with as an extra pair of hands, and they were paying her by the hour. So we restructured how she was selling her services and also how she was positioned, which is the marketing piece. I'll talk about that in a minute. But we had her really show up as an authority and an expert. And as a result, she was able to get those $40,000 plus clients. And all along, for years, she's been charging by the hour. She was undervaluing what it was she was selling. So if you want to 3 to 10 times your fees or even much more, then you've got to step into a new level in your business. And it starts with how you are selling your services. Is this making sense? All right, say yes if this makes sense. And if you want to 3 to 10 times your fees, type that in 3, 10 times. What would that mean in your business, right? What would that mean in your life? If you were getting paid triple or 5 times or much more per client. So the first thing is raise the perceived value, restructure, think transformational versus transactional. One of the reasons I don't love transactional offers is because if you really do have a lot of years of experience and knowledge and skills and wisdom and expertise, you have a lot that you can bring to the table. So when you do like a quick transaction, you don't get to do everything that you want to do. When I first came into coaching and consulting, I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years. I built 5 previous businesses and sold them. And I knew I had all of this business marketing sales experience, but I was taught to do like a quick kind of offer. And what happened is I didn't feel fulfilled as a coach because I couldn't do everything with people in 60 days or 90 days. And so I couldn't even do a lot of the things that I am able to do with my clients because I was selling these transactional offers. So it was kind of a churn and burn. Also, it had me always out there looking for clients, right? Because once you churn and burn, if you're not keeping clients because you're doing a transformation with them, well, again, now you've got a lot more marketing that you have to do. You've got to be consistently working at growing your business with a volume. So this is more of a volume type of business. And so I love to teach you how to play at a higher level where you don't need hundreds of clients to make great money. You can have $1 million business with 10 or 20 clients, and you can easily coach or consult 10 or 20 clients when you have the right things in place. So raise the perceived value. And here's the other thing. The bigger the problem that you solve, the more you will get paid. The bigger the problem you solve, the more you will get paid. So if you are solving a little bitty problem, well, people aren't going to pay you a lot, right? But if you're solving a big problem and you're giving someone a big transformation or a big result or a big outcome, well, that's going to be worth a lot more money. So think about how you can redesign your offers. All right. Step into being the expert and the authority that you are. And that brings me to uh, number two, and that is revamp your marketing. So when you are going more premium, when you're trying to get these really high end clients, you want to elevate your brand, elevate your message, elevate even your marketing that you're doing so that you really show up as the only person who does what you do. I was on a call yesterday with someone and he said, well, there's so much competition. And I said, well, there is, but when you do things in the right way, your competition, it makes no difference. There really isn't competition. When you know how to set yourself apart in a category of one where you are the only one that does what you do in the way that you do it, and you know how for that to show up in your marketing, you will eliminate your competition. They will not make any difference to you at all. And I say this all the time. And here's a little saying that I used to say for years when I was building my business. I am never going to chase my competition. I want them chasing me. And so when, a lot of coaches and consultants get frustrated when people are knocking them off. I've had people knock me off and I say, who cares? I mean, who cares? Because I'm already ahead of the game, right? And so this is the way you want to think about your business too. You cannot be in fear, right? That your competition is going to take business from you, because look, there's more business to go around than any of us could ever do anyway. So I want to shift your mindset if you're thinking that way. However, if you are finding that you are competing too much with other people and it becomes a pricing game, then you've got a positioning problem. So you've got weak positioning. You're not seen as any better. You're not seen as any different. And so now people are going to resort to price shopping. And this is also why you don't want to sell yourself as an extra pair of hands. Is this making sense? I would love to hear what you're thinking. Type in the chat, yes, makes sense. And all of these things are so, so important. You can't just do one of these pieces that I'm talking about. These are all going to make a difference in being able to get these premium fees. So make sure that you revamp your marketing. Your message needs to level up. You may even have to level up your market. Now, it doesn't mean you have to change markets, but you might have to level up the market that you're in and go after higher caliber clients in the market that you're in. So sometimes you do have to change markets. It just depends, but often you don't. You just have to level up the market you're going after for these really premium fees. So you want to revamp your message. You want to revamp your positioning. You want to be seen as the expert, as the authority for what it is you do. All right. Make sure that you look like you're the only one who does what you do. I don't know if you can see it here, but I wrote a book about how to expert in you, how to build a lucrative and impactful coaching and consulting business from your expertise. And no one else has that book out there, right? I wrote that book. And so that's part of my positioning. Also, social proof, credibility, being trustworthy, educating your audience, building your brand, letting people see you shining. Those are all ways that you can completely set yourself apart in your market, in the industry where you are the only one who does what you do. Okay. All right. Shift number three, I should say, is restructure your sales process. So here's the thing. If you're really an expert and an authority at what you do, how you have your packages and offers priced, and even how you take payments is going to show up as whether or not you're very good at what you do. So I see, I was taught this when I first came into the coaching and consulting space. It was like bring clients in low, and then as you get them results, you can like level up their fees, right? And here's the thing, nothing to me speaks beginner like that, because when you are an expert and you're good at what you do, even when you're just starting out, you've got this really great experience and knowledge and skills. When you're great at what you do not have to take clients like that. Okay. You get paid. In fact, you can get higher fees on the front end, which is what I teach my clients. You get higher fees on the front end. So you get those bigger cash injections, but you are completely setting yourself apart in the industry. See, if you don't want to look like everybody else, then you cannot do your business like everyone else is doing. You're doing business. And another thing is proposals. When we're talking about your sales process, I can't tell you how many consultants and coaches I've helped get rid of proposals. And they say, yeah, but it's the way the industry does it. Well, it is because you're following the industry. How about if you level up and you step up what you're doing in your business so you look completely different from everyone else? And again, nothing says expert more than that. I have helped consultants who were not charging for consultations, and all of a sudden they're charging for consultations thousands of dollars. Well, that just, there's just this thought process that goes in like, wow, they must be better, they must be good. Now you need to back up what you're doing. I want to say you have to be good at what you do, but when you do this, you don't look like a beginner. So let the beginners like bring people in at low fees, and then grow their fees as they get people results. Let people that are just beginning charge by the hour and do those things. You are an expert and an authority at what you do. So step up, level up your business. And when you do this, you will be able to 3 to 10 times or even more the fees that you are charging. Is this making sense? Type yes if this is. I want to hear from you. Also, think about this. If you could 3 to 10 times what you're getting paid per client, I mean, what would that do for you, right? What would that do for your life? And if you structure this in the right way, it does not mean, I want to dispel this myth right now. It doesn't mean you're doing more work. So if you're thinking, well, if I get paid 3 times more or 5 times more, I'm going to be doing so much more work, I'm going to have to put in more time. No, actually, you'll probably do less because you won't be an extra pair of hands. You'll be a trusted advisor. You'll be a trusted partner. So this is what I'm talking about. I have a client who just closed her first consulting deal. She has an existing business. She wanted to add on consulting. She just closed her first consulting deal for $52,000 for a 5-week deal. And now they're coming back to her, and it will probably even more than double. They're already talking to her about some additional things. And so now those fees, that $52,000 offer is probably going to go well over $100,000. And she's already making money from that client with the other side of her business. So when you do this in the right way, you're not working more time, you're just giving higher value. And that's exactly what she's doing, and why that's going to really grow that one consulting deal. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. This is why I want to really warn you against cookie cutter programs, because cookie cutter programs do not teach you these things. They don't extract all the value that you really can bring to your clients. I hear my clients say this over and over again. I couldn't find anyone that could put all of my genius together, that could help me package, market, and sell everything that I'm able to do. And so they ended up going down this path of like selling one little thing or like a transaction. And so when I look at their expertise and everything that they're doing, it's like, oh my gosh, you're giving away all of your value here. Don't give away your value. Okay. So restructure your sales process. You don't need to write proposals. You need to do agreements. And the way you can do agreements with people is number one, if you're doing RFPs, well, you're going to have to do proposals because those are all price driven, right? But if you are actually working on writing a proposal, you want to co-create the solution with your client. When you do that, now you're moving them into an agreement because you're co-creating that with them versus having to guess or write a proposal, going back and then being thrown. Really, when you do a proposal, it's like throwing your hat in the ring and hoping that you win the deal, right? But the way I teach you to do proposals, and they're not even proposals, is you co-create the solution with the client, and then you've got an agreement that's ready to be signed at the end of that, because it's everything they said they wanted, and then you're showing them everything they need to get there. So you're working on the solution together. And this is the most powerful way to close these really big deals. All right. So first one was redesign your offers, transformational versus transactional. Revamp your marketing. And remember, your pricing has a lot to do with how you are viewed. If I say Lamborghini, you think a certain thing. If I say cheap used car, you think a certain thing, right? Well, your offers and how they're structured it does the same thing in your clients' minds. All right. You want to revamp your marketing so you have strong positioning, so you look like an expert and an authority. Write that in, expert, expert. All right. Write that in, type that in the chat. And then you want to restructure your sales process so that you are closing bigger deals and you're closing them faster and easier, speeding that sales cycle. And also, you want to make sure that when you are closing deals, the payment structure, how you're taking payments and how you're getting paid, those are also part of being an expert business. So you need to tell the client how you work. You need to have the boundaries set in your business, and know, and this is where you get to step up and be the expert that you are. And I see so many people let the client dictate how they're going to get paid and how they're going to do things. And at the end of the day, it's not helping them in their business. So, and then finally, the fourth thing is when you get all these things in place and you get them all working, now you have an opportunity to really rev up your revenue. And this is where you can add more products. When I say products, I'm talking about services. But what are the other things that your clients will need that you could partner with someone to deliver on? I just actually put two of my clients together to hopefully build a partnership. One is great in the marketing side, one is great in the sales side. And I introduced them so that they could potentially partner with some of these really big clients so that they could fill the needs of the client. So this is one way that you can do it. You can partner with people, bring them in alongside you, and you can get a revenue stream off of that. And then you pay that other person to be part of your team. So there's a lot of ways to add products and services without you doing more work. And this is the thing, a lot of people try to scale, but they end up doing a lot more work. They end up giving away a lot more of their time. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about innovating so that you're smart in how you are growing your business. So you take your core business and you grow out from there. So what are the other things that you can add to your business and rev up your revenue? And there's so many ways to do this. We just figure out, when I work with my clients, we figure out what's going to align with them. This could be one to many offers. So maybe you could start high level masterminds or cohorts. That's one way. You can add other products and services. That's another way. You could add people to your team that they're not employees and you're really not paying them. You're just partnered, you're JV partners with them. So there's just a lot of ways that you can rev up your revenue. Okay, so those are the four shifts. And this is my expert in you process. This is the process I take people through. I help them get into those really premium high-end fees and get those high-end clients, but not just stop there, not just get high-end clients. I help them scale to that $350,000 to $1 million or even more, because there are no limits when you structure your business in the right way. I mean, you can grow this thing to whatever you want. And here's the thing, when you structure it right, it does not mean you have to give away your life. I work part-time in my business. Sometimes I work more hours, but for the most part, I work part-time in my business. And I don't want to like make it sound like it's magic, right? It's how you structure things. This is why I love a high-end model versus a volume model. A lot of people do have volume businesses. They need so many people. But the reason I love a high-end model is because you've got way more opportunity. You've got more cash flow. You've got bigger cash injections coming in, and it's life-changing. So I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you want some help to do this in your business, if any of these things that I talked about resonated with you, then I want you to book a call with me at acarden.com. And here's the thing. How many times have you watched my videos, or how many times have you seen me online talking about this and you haven't taken action? You haven't invested. You haven't done the work. Like, you're not doing anything with what you're learning here. How many times are you sitting there trying to figure it out? Because every time that you do, think about this. I took a client from $1,700 to $40,000. Now, every month that goes by that she didn't do that, that's how much money she is losing, right? So are you missing out on money or missing out on growing your business because you're watching things, but you're not taking action? So today, I want to tell you to take action. Book a call with me. Let's look at your business. Even if you're just starting out, if you've got expertise and skills and knowledge, I'm not in an expensive coach, but I will tell you this, I am nothing compared to the amount of money I help my clients make, even on one client. So it's really a no-brainer. So if you want some help, you want to create urgency, you're ready to do some big things in your business and make some bold moves, or get that business finally started and quit sitting on the sidelines, then you've got to book a call with me today. Book a call. So go to acarden.com, and I cannot wait to take a look at what you're doing and see how we can like catapult your success. So I'm Ann Carden. It's been an honor to be here with you and a pleasure. Let me know your thoughts about this video, and let me know which one of these shifts resonated with you the most and might be a gap for you. And then book a call and let's fix it for you. All right. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.